Am? Hello. What's up, everybody? Who's listening this morning? Dean, Henry?
I mean, nobody right now, not even you.
Well, I mean, they. I notice comes up on their phone. What are you pointing at?
Your phone.
Right there.
What's wrong with that one?
It's a cheap phone. It's a free phone from the government,
Oh.
and it doesn't have a lot of, what do you call it? It's an emergency phone, really, for people that don't have money. That's really what it is. You don't have no bytes, gigabytes. Is that what I'm talking about?
God, I love Malcolm Gladwell.
Who?
Malcolm Gladwell.
I'm not hip to him.
Revisionist history.
And what? Oh, I've heard of that, but I've never listened to. So what? A revisionist?
Yeah.
That means he's changing history.
No. He's telling you what the true history is. So, alright. I think I've told this in the story pod before, but the one that I always go back to, there's like he does Elvis. Elvis was a pretty good episode. But he does one on McDonald's fries. You had McDonald's fries back in the day.
What? I've never been a fry guy, but yeah, when they first came out, I did.
Yeah, they're you get them in a small fry and you'd be satiated. Like a burger and a small fry would fill you up.
Okay.
And one of the reasons that happen is because when you eat fat satiates you. It makes you understand that you have food. So you don't crave more. So the fries used to be cooked in a beef tallow. A specific blend of beef tallows that they had called 56 or 52 or something like that. But back in the 70s and 80s, when that guy came on TV talking about how fat was making us all die and all that shit, and basically backed by the sugar companies in a sense. And again, when you listen to him tell the story, the guy's not like an evil person. He's not like some evil dude from the sugar company just fucking things up. He's a guy that had a mission that the sugar company basically used as their ploy to make fat the devil.
Okay.
And because of that, they stopped using beef tallow. They started using fucking vegetable oils. That brought in trans fats because vegetables can't handle the high heat. When you expose vegetable fats to that high heat, okay, it's more simpler than that. There's monosaturated fats and saturated fats, or
monosaturated and
fully saturated fats.
Okay.
So there's different polysaturated fats or something.
There you go.
So there's, and the saturated fat, the one that you want, is the one that's a straight line of fat that's complete. There's no like breaks in it, no carbon breaks.
Straight line.
Yes. All the other ones are different in the sense that they have breaks in them, and as you heat it up, the breaks start changing and things happen, which cause trans fats. So that's why McDonald's fries went from you needed this many to a supersize. You could eat like 2 supersized and still not be full. Because the fat that they're using doesn't satiate you. You're basically just getting straight carbs with nothing to it. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why bread and butter is a thing. It's because if you add fat to the bread, it helps your body deal with the carbs that you just ingested in your body. The energy you just ingested in your body, the fat helps your body deal with it. Store it, put it where it needs to go, all that different shit. Morning, Henry.
What's up, dog?
So he talks about that and how this dude not accidentally, but like basically put us on a trajectory where we are now, where everything is full of sugar. Yeah, everything is full of sugar. Everything's full of fucking all kinds of other things except for fat, because fat's the problem. When yes, eating too much fat is an issue. You shouldn't eat fucking. But the thing about fat is the more like it's not. You can't overeat it as easily.
Yeah.
Things that are made with sugar, you can because it's instant energy. It's like quick gone.
It burns real quick.
Real quick. Where fat and other fiber shit it lingers. Anyways, so he's doing a whole 6-part, like a 4 or 6-part series right now on guns. Okay, first episode talked about the Supreme Court, how they basically used some slave trading guys, a law for, like, you know how everything in the courts is by precedent? Well, they're using a law from like a court case from the 1400s.
Yeah.
To say that people in New York can't have their rights restricted to carry guns.
Carry guns.
Law-abiding citizens can't be told they can't have guns. So that was like the first, and when you listen to these fucking people talk, you know they're talking literally for the fucking gun companies. They don't give two fucks.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck about it.
They live in a world where guns don't actually exist.
They don't give a fuck.
And if they didn't,
or if they exist, they own them and they go to shooting ranges and all that shit.
Well, that's another thing too. Guns is a rich person thing.
Yeah, it is.
It's a rich person hobby, man.
Ammunition is expensive.
Dude, I can't even afford to fill the ammunition in my gun. I can't even find it in half the place. I have to order it online.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so
what kind of gun you got?
8mm Mauser.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm not shitting you. It's my grandfather's gun.
Oh, I was going to say, what do you know about Mauser?
I never shot it because I had bullets for it, but I never got a chance to go and shoot it.
Never went to the driving range?
No, the shooting range.
I mean, shooting range?
No, but I have a friend who I'm probably going to eventually go with. It's finding the weapons.
Let me know if you do
I'm
go.
not a gun person.
But let me know if you do go.
We could do a show, yeah.
Yeah,
probably do a show from
I haven't been to gun range in over 2 years.
Well, I'll find out because Rico's got a bunch of guns, so if you want to, chip in on some ammunition, I'm sure he'd let you shoot some of the shit. One of the last guns I shot was a fucking, it might even be my dad's. Shit, no. But he has a fucking one of those hand cannons.
A hand cannon?
Like a revolver that's massive with a 45, I think it's a 45.
That's massive.
Fucking huge.
That's a big bitch. They got a 50 caliber one too.
Yeah.
My friend's got the 50 caliber. He can't even carry it.
So the second episode's a perspective of how, like, the Judge Alito basically lives in this world where Dodge City was a place where people got murdered like crazy because of Gunsmoke. The way he went through the first 2 seasons, because there's 20 seasons of Gunsmoke. You watch Gunsmoke, right?
Nope.
No, you didn't watch Gunsmoke when you were a kid?
My dad was in the Westerns, not me.
Okay.
I mean, I know about Gunsmoke. I might have seen 4 or 5 episodes. Yeah, so I mean,
there's like,
it wasn't something I watched
80 times the murders per capita in the show than there was in real life. Like in the worst city in our country right now.
Yeah.
Like there's like 50-something people get murdered in each season.
Yeah.
And that whole justice. But he went through this episode where this dude, somebody called this guy out because he had a gun on his side, and the guy shot him. Basically, and killed him, and he goes, "It was in self-defense." No, leave that shit in there. Oh, never mind, it was in the other one. Never mind, do what you're doing.
I put it over there. Yeah.
So, the guy basically shoots a guy who's going to shoot him, so it's self-defense. But the sheriff, the main character, the Gunsmoke or whatever, asked him for his gun.
Marshall Dillon.
Yeah, Dillon. So tells him, basically, if you keep your gun on your side, people are just going to keep coming at you. You should just give up your gun. And so he does. He listens to the marshal, and he's having a good life, gets a job on a fucking farm as a stagehand, or not stagehand, but a farmhand or whatever he was doing. He was doing well. But then some dude showed up who was a bounty hunter looking for him because I guess the guy had a fucking, a dead or alive warrant in another country.
A wanted poster.
Wanted poster or whatever. So the guy comes up on him and tells him, the guy goes to reach for his gun that he doesn't have. And the guy shoots him in the chest.
From the habit, I guess.
From the habit, yeah. And it wasn't he goes, it wasn't the fact that he hit the gun. But then the marshal blames himself because he took his gun.
Took the gun.
Right. But the reality is you should just, because in Dodge, I guess back in the day, you had to check your gun.
Some cities, yeah.
Dodge was one of those cities.
Dodge City, Tombstone. There was 4 or 5 of them that were like that. But, yeah. Because there was so many murders.
But the way he put it is Judge Alito's brain is formed from this idea that people in Dodge City protected themselves, and it was a good guy with a gun basically did all the hard work type shit. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the reality is that's not how it was.
It's just bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit TV.
Bullshit TV.
Put on by gun companies to make you want them. And then the next episode was about ARs. And he brought on a guy who explained the AR and showed the AR and did all these different things and kind of like proved the point that an AR isn't an assault rifle. It's a rifle. It's a rifle that can be modified and is very deadly in every sense of the term, just as deadly as a fucking most things, most guns. But it's not an assault rifle because you can only put out like 36 rounds or something like that.
If you don't modify it, right?
You don't modify it in 6 seconds.
But you can go on the internet and find out how to modify
I know.
it.
But it's illegal to do that. Then it's an illegal gun. Then it's not legal.
They busted a motherfucker yesterday.
The point was that the opposite guy, he brought him on to show you that, because he went and met with the guy a pro guy who had a gun, showed him the gun, all this different shit, and he goes, "You're saying it's an assault rifle and it can do these things, but it can't." Well, that's you just, and he's like, "But I was, the guy saw firsthand that the gun is, yes, it's deadly, it's a problem, and by the end of it, he's like, the problem with society is we keep demonizing one over the other, when the reality is more people die from fucking mass shootings when it comes to a person with a handgun than they do with an assault rifle. Because there's multiple factors. One, a handgun doesn't put you down. If you get hit with a handgun, you can take 2 or 3 bullets, and it might be the third bullet that hits the thing that kills you. Where an assault rifle, if you're getting hit with an assault rifle, it's usually from a distance. If not, you're running. 1, 2, if it hits you, it knocks you the fuck down. Like if you get hit with an assault rifle bullet from, I'm assuming doesn't take much distance, but it's gonna knock you on your ass. And because of that,
if it hits you, it's gonna blow a big ass hole in your ass.
But still, it knocks you down. So getting hit a second time, the reality is the studies show that in mass shootings, more people die from handguns than they do from assault rifles. But in reality, the assault rifle, the point is they're both just as deadly.
I don't agree.
They both need to be regulated the same way.
A handgun, it depends on the handgun. If I got a 38 or a small handgun,
I can walk up with it in my pocket and do this. Bop, 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 bop.
Sure.
6 shots just like that.
Sure you
With
can.
an assault rifle, you're going to see me coming. You're going to have 1 or 2
Maybe.
choices. Again.
If he's got a scope on it, you ain't going to see him coming. You're not going to see him. If he's got a scope on it.
You could say that with a fucking hunting rifle.
Right. That's any long gun that you can put a scope on is a sniper's gun. You can do sniping. That's the most deadly motherfucker on earth is a sniper.
Yeah.
And they don't give a fuck. They'll kill a kid, a woman, a pregnant woman. They don't give a fuck. They're trained to do that.
Why would they kill a pregnant woman?
I knew a guy that was a sniper in Vietnam. He told me some shit that was. I was like, what? He said, yeah, they tell you to kill 12 people, kill 14. What? Make sure you got the right 12. He said, it was just ridiculous when he was slaughtering people. And he said, war is a bitch anyway.
Damn, that's more than last time.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the same 3 plants.
But they were bigger. They had more buds on them.
I know.
Because I looked at them and I was like, looking at how many buds were on each stick. I said, wow, that's a lot of buds. Yeah.
I don't know. But the point is that's why I like Malcolm Gladwell, is because he's doing a series on it, and it's such a big topic.
I like that.
That you can't go from it, and he goes, you got to come from it. So the next 2 episodes, I'm assuming, are going to have more to do with some other shit.
Any guy that's on media that makes you think, about shit is good.
And that's what it is, thinking about history and how we got to this point.
Oh, so you heard the latest news about UFOs?
No.
Well, first of all, at 10 o'clock today, what time is it? It's already on. They're having a congressional meeting about UFOs today.
Okay.
But day before yesterday, in Mexico,
I saw that body that they released the picture of.
Bodies, 3 or 4 of them.
Oh, I only saw one.
Okay, the one with the eggs in it?
I don't know, it was just, I didn't click on it. I didn't have time to
well,
click
let me tell you, man. They did an archaeological dig. And they found they thought they were mummies until they unwrapped them. And they're aliens. They got alien heads, alien sockets, big sockets. Now check this shit out. They didn't have any teeth, so they said whatever they ate, they just swallowed it. Okay? Now check this shit out. they have metal implants in their body. They're over 1,000 years old. Okay,
The bodies, they
are over
this-
1,000
The
years.
cotton that they were put in was 1,000.
They did the DNA, they did the carbon, they did all that shit. They ran spectrums on them and everything. They had this Mexican guy, he's world renowned, and he's the one that did the examinations. But he said they're not human at all. He said they had eggs on them in their body. They said they were more akin to a bird than they were to a human. But they, oh man, they were weird looking, man. Weird looking. They're 1,000 years old, so I guess aliens been around for a while.
What if they were just a big ass bird?
Well, whatever they were, they weren't human.
Well,
Well, I mean, they had eyes, they had a nose, they had a little teeny mouth. They have ears. I can't remember whether they had ears or not. But check that shit out, man. It's wild. So, what's his name was right now. Just like Bob Lazar was right. Sitchin,
dude,
he was right.
by the way, I got turned, like, I forgot. I mean, I heard it when I was young, but it was one of those, my dad liked him type thing, so I never really. But Jim Croce,
Yeah.
that dude was a fucking. Too bad he died. That
Well, he got old.
No, he didn't.
Jim Croce.
Died in a fucking plane accident.
Oh, I didn't know that. I
You
knew he was dead.
know what I'm talking about, right? Don't go around
He's a
messing.
musician.
Yeah, the guy don't
Right.
mess around with Jim or.
Yeah, songwriter.
Yeah, he had one album.
Huh?
He had one album and then he died.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you obviously don't know him that well. Like, obviously, he's probably not your type of. He's like a folksy, kind of country.
He's a folk singer.
Yeah.
He writes folk songs. The band I was in did 2 or 3 of his songs.
Yeah, it was probably Don't Mess Around with Jim. That one about the pool guy, the pool player. And then, God, what was the other 2 songs? They were fucking love songs.
Yeah. I don't remember them exactly.
Yeah. Hello, Operator.
Yeah, okay, I remember that one.
That one right there, that's,
And you brought him up to say what?
I don't know. I've listened
Oh, you
to
just
the
talking
album.
about-
I listened
oh.
to the album. I was like, damn, this is good shit. This is on the level to me of like,
That shit was written
Elton
back
John.
in the 50s and 60s.
no, he's the 70s.
But I think he wrote those songs in the 50s and 60s.
Okay, maybe. Because he's looked older. He had to be in his 40s.
Hmm?
He had to be in his 40s.
When he died?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I knew he was dead. I couldn't remember how he died. So many motherfucking entertainers died in airplane crashes and shit.
Yeah, you know why? Because airplane crashes weren't safe back then, and only rich people could fly in them.
Or they just did dumb shit.
No, a lot of.
Because
How
that
was
one
that
band
their
that died, not the whole band, but most of the band died. They were buzzing their mother's house in the airplane when it crashed.
What?
Yeah. Who was that?
Not Skinner.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner.
Oh, they were driving the plane,
They were, I don't know if they were flying the plane.
but they had the pilot.
Buzz, I think their mother's house or their girlfriend's house, and plane crash.
What's up, Uncle Dean?
Yeah, it's Leonard Skinner. I believe that's who that was.
I seen Leonard Skinner, the second version.
You did?
Yeah. In concert at Pine Knob.
I did security for
Free
them.
tickets.
I did security for them at least 3 times.
Yeah, probably when they were
At
a real
different-
band
Oh yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
Now they're just playing to the people that need that memory. I need to know what it feels like to be young. I mean, isn't that wrong? I don't listen to any, like when I listen to.
You're not a music. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I do like music, but when I listen to.
But I never hear you listening to music.
I'm always.
When I come to your house, I don't hear music playing.
If I'm playing it, it's in my ears.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Right, okay.
I've always had headphones.
Yeah.
I've always been, because I came up in a generation, my dad had speakers, but you gotta remember, I'm not allowed to fucking listen to the stuff I'm listening to. Like, I remember when my mom died, This
So-
is a memory. This is a memory that's been in my head for a long time, and I don't. It's faded, but it's still like, it's still one of the defining memories that, for some reason, fuck with me. And it's, my dad was like, my dad goes, oh man, I wanted a CD player because he was, you know, getting shit with mom's money. He got a bunch of money, and it's not that I wanted. It's just what I wanted for Christmas or some shit like that. And he's like, I'm gonna get you a dual one. It's a CD and cassette player.
Hot dog.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Oh,
He spent all the money before.
Cold dog.
Yeah, he spent all the money before he could
We got to the place to buy.
yeah, to buy anything. So I never got any. I had to fucking buy my.
That's horrible to tell you he's gonna buy you something and then don't do it when you're a kid. That's horrible.
He used, like, his Christmas presents were the worst. I don't think a bike. The only thing he ever gave me that I actually wanted was a bike. Everything else was just like shit that he thought I would like.
You should have.
Yeah.
Or you liked it. Or
Yeah, I liked
or he wanted you to like
Yeah,
it.
because he's not going to get me what I wanted, which was a video game. Because that's what I liked. I like fucking playing video games. But that was... Or TV to play video games. Like a cheap-ass fucking... small like my friend had. Like an old-ass TV found in the fucking garbage. Playing fucking video games on.
Yeah.
Fucking the NES or whatever.
Yeah.
Which my grandfather had bought for us. And my dad had thrown away.
He threw it away.
Oh, dude.
He
Grandpa got it for us for Christmas.
He didn't want you playing the game, or you
Grandpa got
accidentally threw it away?
No, Grandpa got us. Okay, you tell me. Grandpa got us it for Christmas, right? It was the NES back when it just came out, so it was like, you know, the NES, type shit. It was. It had to be $400. You know what I'm saying?
Are these all the same?
Those are all the same. They're all labeled.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see it now.
It had to be a $400 system because it was like the super system or whatever. So by springtime, I'd say before my birthday, around my birthday probably, he threw it in the trash. And he said the reason why is because he didn't want a fucking automated babysitter. But the reality is he didn't want his kids playing that thing that his fucking father-in-law that he disliked, who one-upped him. Because again, all the presents he got us were crap.
Yeah.
But the one Grandpa got me
was good and y'all liked
not
it.
Good, it was the best.
Yeah, y'all were like, ooh, thanks, Grandpa.
Shit.
And he probably said, pat in the back of the fuck that shit.
Oh, dude, because they did not. If Uncle Dean's still here, he can corroborate. I guess they did not get along. I mean, they spent their whole time trying to fucking. Like, if you see shit like this, that's like that doesn't really look good. Because there's a lot of bud on here. But you've seen these little branches that are kind of shit like this.
Okay.
Cut them and throw them in that thing, that pile over there.
In there?
Yeah, no bigger than this.
Don't even trim, just throw them over there.
Just throw them over there. Yeah, it's because he's going to use them.
Would this qualify?
Yeah, cut the whole branch. Because he's going to, like, this doesn't qualify. These don't qualify.
Okay.
But that,
you
get what I'm saying? There's
I
that
got
fucking burnt out look on it.
Yeah.
On some of them. That same as that are over there, in there already. You saw them that were in there.
Yeah.
They don't look like buds. They look like fucking, like they didn't get any light. Basically is what happened. They didn't get any light.
Yeah.
I got to do a better job of trimming some of that stuff up to force that energy back up. So yeah, they didn't get along at all. My dad, my grandma said that they basically they would find dates for my mom and try to force my set up these blind dates for my mom even though she didn't want them.
What? Because they didn't like your father?
They did not like my dad.
And they were dating or something?
And it's not that they didn't like him as a person, they just felt like he wasn't going to go anywhere.
Oh,
My grandfather was a millionaire, or not a millionaire at the time, but he owned a fucking business.
Yeah, dope.
And he wanted my mom to go to school, like he had like plans of them becoming that generation, you know what I'm saying, taking that next step. And my dad had no ambitions of going to college, type shit. He was just gonna do it, you know, how his dad did it, type shit. See where it got him, working for his fucking brother. You can draw a house like a motherfucker, but never picked up the computer to do it, and never went to school.
Oh, so when computers came in, he didn't go to
Oh, he's a
learn how
draftsman.
to do. Yeah.
My dad's a draftsman.
Yeah.
Which is a position that doesn't really exist anymore.
Yeah,
You actually have to have a college degree to
I was-
be a draftsman.
I was into that. Mechanical. We called it mechanical arts in school.
But he worked for a company, a buddy, a friend of his, not a friend, but his boss that he worked for. They did fucking like super $1 million houses, and my dad was pretty good at fucking hand drawn, so kept them around. But at some point, you know, because he can go.
Technology can't even to pass.
Yeah, you gotta fucking learn how to use a computer.
Yeah.
It's too late now. I mean, it's not too late. You could, but he doesn't seem like the type of person that does that type
Well,
of
if
shit.
he wanted to, he would have.
Why does it look like someone set that up to be a dick and balls? Am I wrong? Like someone's fucking with me? Look at it.
You said somebody's fucking with you?
That can't be random, dude.
Yeah, that's random.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
These things.
I know.
Are not
I know.
always-
It do
you
look
know
like
why?
that.
Because they weren't over here. I can guarantee you. They
Oh,
weren't.
you think somebody put that there?
Yes, somebody put that there, and it looks like dick and balls.
Who would do that and why?
I think his girlfriend's funny.
Oh, shit. She's humorous.
Yeah. Oh, fuck,
Yeah.
man, 26 minutes already. God damn it! I gotta go.